This week, you're going to read chapter 9 in Grit, which is titled Hope. And this will actually be our last chapter that you'll be reading in our Grit book for this class. Now, what you're going to be doing for the paragraph exercise and kind of the theme of this week is relating grit to our spiritual development. Now, in the grit book, Duckworth doesn't necessarily connect grit to our spirituality. So, what I've given you is a short article titled True Grit that you will read, and that article will kind of explain sort of the biblical definition of grit and where we can see grit in the Bible. Now, what I want you to do in your paragraph exercise for this week is to explain how do you see the grit that we're learning about, what are its characteristics, and how can those characteristics be applied to our spiritual development. And you'll do that in the paragraph exercise by citing this book and the other article or the Bible. In your paragraph exercise. So, again, this week you're going to be doing something kind of sophisticated. Instead of just using one source, you're going to be using two sources to support your point in this paragraph. And again, this is kind of an advanced writing technique that good writers will use to provide more evidence in the writing to kind of affirm what they are saying is true. All right, now this is also kind of pulling back from what we learned last week on how to cite the Bible in an article. Remember, I said we'd be using that this week. So, what you learned about citations will help you either cite the article that you'll be reading, True Grit, or the Bible that you'll use in the paragraph exercise for this week. So, make sure and include those appropriate citations. In that exercise. All right, I'm looking forward to reading the connections that you have. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with me.